Good afternoon, all my dear students. I hope everybody had your lunch. So today, almost all of you are at the last stage of the preparation. You are just ready to write your public examination on Monday. Almost all the preparations are completed. Then what is now we are going to give you some suggestions. Whatever you prepared, how to improve the marks or how to present examination well. So our aim is 50 out of 50. Only we are talking about general science paper 1. 50 out of 50 is our aim. To get 50 out of 50, only what we studied, that is not sufficient. How to present this knowledge, whatever we studied, is also very, very important. Because it's very easy to lose mark for the toppers. Wherever there is a small, minor mistakes we will do, the mistakes they will cut to half mark, like that, our 50 marks may reduce to 49 or something, 48 or something. So our aim is 50 mark. For that, utmost care we have to take. The care only what we need to do in the coming public examination for general science. That is what we are going to explain you, reminding all the things. That means you have the doubt, everything already we cleared. So even today also, one question, some children are a little bit down and they ask, sir, is this PS paper will be tough or easy? That is the first question I am going to explain you. Even you also maybe have the doubt inside you, PS paper will be easy or difficult. First of all, PS paper will be very easy. Nothing to worry about it. Almost 13 months, that means last year, February we started the class, February 1st we started the class. Now March month you are going to write the examination. This 13 months, whatever you studied, whatever you revised, you present it. That is enough. Next, what are the important questions also? So many materials you are getting, not from the school, from others are also giving you, other junior colleges, so many materials you are getting in. So that's all you keep aside. You prepare it, that's not a problem. But first you believe our question papers. That means what the questions we gave you, FA1, FA2, FA3, SA1, pre-public examination, plus your cycle test papers. They are the most important questions. Last year, PS paper, general science paper 1, no question came out of our cycle test questions. 100% questions were from our cycle test papers. So don't keep or don't throw these cycle test papers. That are the, we have different branches. PRAGATI, different branches are there. Different branches, different teachers are teaching. They all together they gave. That is not a single teacher paper. Different branches teachers paper you got. So in that almost all the important questions are there in that paper. First point that is. So don't search for the question somewhere. Your material there, your textbook there, and whatever the questions were already we gave to you, that is sufficient. Next, so what is the question is, again I am repeating the question is the paper will be easy or tough. Definitely the paper will be easy if you prepare or practice all these papers, nothing to worry about it. Paper will be very, very easy. Today and these 2 days, the children ask some doubt. That is only I am going to explain it now. Generally, this doubt you may be also having. Another one is, sir, can we deviate from the answer given? One is given from the material. Can we? That is also no problem. Okay, because so many materials will be following by different schools, not the same material. Different schools follow different materials. We follow our materials and also we give our own notes. So the content should be the same. That is only whatever the question, that answer must be the same. You can express in your own words, nothing to fear about it, nothing to worry about it. Definitely you will get a full mark. That is another doubt generally you are asking. So that is also clear, no problem. You can write any answer, but the answer should be related to the question. Whatever you prepared, some children will prepare from textbook. That is the best method. textbook reading. Next one, somebody will be preparing from a material. That is also okay, or class book, whatever it is. And you understand the content. Next, try to write answer in your own words. There is no problem. You will get the complete full mark of this one. Okay, so now once when we go to this question paper, already you know 2 hours time will be there for this. Yes, 2 hours time totally, because we have only 50 mark paper, 2 hours time. Out of this 2 hours, 15 minutes is given for understanding or reading the question paper. Remaining 1 hour 45 minutes will be there. Next question is this time sufficient? Physical science, we never got a complaint from the students that the time is not sufficient. You get around 15 to 20 minutes extra after completing your examination. You will get some time extra. Nothing to worry about it. The time factor also, time will be sufficient. So, and the time is sufficient, you never, don't waste the time. Once read all the questions, once read all the answers, what you wrote, and try to attempt the choices also. Once we will come to this question paper, then I'll explain you that point also. So first section, in this one 15 minutes is given to read the question paper, remaining 1 hour 45 minutes given to answer the paper. So next, when you are answering the question paper, totally you have 70 questions. Total number of questions in this paper is 17. We cannot exactly say this many number of physics questions will be there, this many number of chemistry questions will be there. There need not to be equal, 17 questions. Sometimes 2 mark section chemistry question, all the models what I checked, I understood. Chemistry question in 2 mark section, extra question is coming. That is not a rule. It may be there, because you are the first batch writing this model paper, so not at all a problem. On extra question there, this all you need not to worry. You read the question and answer to the question. Next, when we come to the first section, section 1. Section 1 is objective type paper, or answer the following questions in 1 or 2 words, or probably 1 sentence or 2 sentences. You are getting mistake very carefully. You have to attempt the section 1, because I already said you 8 mark questions will not come out of the questions what we already tested in 100%. 8 mark questions, or already what we gave you important questions. If you have not all, there are only 8 mark questions. 4 mark questions also almost all we covered in the cycle test and other this one. When you come to 2 mark section and 1 mark section, there actually the 50 mark lies in that section. 1 mark questions and 2 mark questions. Because 1 mark questions anyway they can ask. Even if you prepare 1000 questions, there is a chance to get a new question. So you must be, who is every student, everybody's, the ultimate aim is 50 out of 50. So 50 out of 50 means utmost care you must take in the section Roman number 1, that is objective type paper, or we can say very short answer questions. Even in that section, small diagrams can come. Very small diagram, like in physics, if it is draw the structure of a convex lens, chemistry, draw the shape of px orbitals. Now one question paper is so in the px orbital shape they asked. So like that. Any questions can come in that section, but you need not to explain it in 1 page or 2 pages or half page even. That answer should be limited to 1 or 2 sentences. Please don't write questions. Many children, many times we are informing them, but still they are going to write the questions on based paper. Question paper is given to you. So questions are there. You need not to repeat the question or write the question. Suppose if they are asking you anyone 1 word answer, you write that 1 word and no need to even write the complete question and answer like languages. Here we need only that answer. Who proposed magnetic quantum number? Who proposed principal quantum number? In such questions you write only the name. We want the name. Names for proposed principal quantum number. So like that 1 word. And any problem for their formula is there, for any formula is there. So write only that required answer. Some children are writing maybe their confusion. Of course, we already informed for 1 mark section almost half page answer. So no need to write like that. Suppose any question you found one or two, like you found or confusion or something is there, underline the required answer. What is the correct answer once underline? Sometimes you may get a confusion. This is sufficient or not. That is why section wise, mark wise, they are giving section wise. First section is 1 mark questions. The answer is you write that in 1 word or 2 word or maximum 1 or 2 sentences. No need to explain anything in that 1 mark sections. Generally, totally we have 80 questions. Out of the 80 questions will be 4 maybe from physics and 4 maybe from chemistry. 5 questions comes from physics or 3 only from chemistry, nothing to worry about it. And then because there is no strict rule like that. So that is all, not answer all the questions there. Keep the question number. And there is one more very important point what you have to remember is you see the instruction. Sometimes choose the correct option. Question number 2 they are asking you and they already given you options suppose. So whenever they are giving you options like A, B, C, D or 1, 2, 3, whatever it is, see whatever the given option you have to write. So if A, B, C, D is given, suppose answer B is correct, some children are writing the answer. Answer not required, the option only you should write option B. That is enough. No need to write the answer. Even if you by chance we write the answer also, this option must be there. They ask you to write the option, not the answer. No, in 1 mark question, objective type question, any type of questions can come. There, filling the blanks can come, multiple choice questions can come, multiple choice we can select the answers. In the selection answer, 4 options not necessary, sometimes only 3 options will be there, sometimes only 2 options will be there. So any model questions can come. Don't think this is filling the blanks question like that or not. Nothing is there. Sometimes question will be there without option. Sometimes options will be there. Sometimes it may be a blank. Sometimes maybe a matching. Matching word will be there. Again, matching option they can give you. But matching, down correct options. So like that, the questions will be there. Assertion and reasoning questions will be there. Reasoning questions, again a problem. Read it very, very carefully. After reading question, only you have to answer it. Suddenly when we are reading, we may think, oh, this is option is correct or that option is correct. So read the question. If whenever you get confusion about a question, read it once or twice or thrice till you understand the question. There is a first case. No question will come out of the concept what we studied. Everything will be within this one only. So definitely when you read this one, you can answer that question. So generally after getting a question, reading one time, looking left and right, that is not the thing. You once think. Next 1 mark section whenever you are so 1 to 8, question number 1 to 8 is number 1. 1 to 8 continuously you write. 1 to 8, 1, 2, 3, 4. Suppose one question you have to leave space there. So to write 1 word question on that much, how much space? Don't split these numbers 1 to 8 continuously, the numbers will be there. This is about first Roman. First Roman once more. What are the always maximum time you should spend in the examination time? Now in the preparation time, maximum concentration give these 1 mark questions. Why again we are saying is every time you are getting 1 mark less in objective test only. So all these marks when we see our students and other students also when we discuss they are saying we lose the mark in objective testing. Section 1 we lose the mark. So when we are sure about section 1 is difficult to spend more time that in reading that 1 mark sections. Next 1 mark section questions sometimes may not be direct questions, some indirect questions will be there. Application questions will be there. Names will be there. Name the scientist. Like that will be there. The users will be there. Chemistry formula will be there. What is the formula of plaster of Paris? What is the formula of bleaching powder? So like this will be there. Write anyone use of or 1 or 2 use. Or that is also some question they will be. They have doubt how many users we are to write. That is also depend upon the marks. In the first 1 mark section, you can write 1 or 2 use, but if you know 1 extra, you write there is nothing wrong. It 1, 2, or 3 uses, you can write it. So like that, different way questions will be there. I said you diagram will be there. So diagram, again, when we come to diagram, once I will explain you what are the important diagrams, all these topics, chemistry topics, what are the important diagrams once end of this class. Once I will explain to you. So now what we are going to is how to write this. That is the first section I am saying you. So one more section, I think you are now completed. Don't explain pages to pages. This one mark section, you see your what is that page also, there is only 24 pages. What the examination paper you are getting is also limited. So from first section, unnecessary explanation, not necessary. When we are coming to Roman number 2, 9, 10, 11 questions. So second Roman, that is 2-mark questions. In 2-mark questions, sometimes 2 questions from chemistry, 1 question from physics, or otherwise also they can ask you. So whatever it is, that's not a problem. There another one question is will be there. Asking question section. Generally that is coming in 2-mark section. Asking question section. So physics, they may ask you some questions, or chemistry also they can ask you some questions. Ask some questions, for example, few questions about to understand Bohr's atomic model. So whenever you are getting that question paper, some children are writing in this one, who is Bohr? What is Bohr's modeling? Like that, whatever comes in your mind asking question, that is not the meaning. Ask few questions means, gives few questions about Bohr's atomic model means you already know what is Bohr's atomic model. To distinguish that one or to understand that one, we are asking some questions. So if you ask them what is Bohr or who is Bohr, what is Bohr's model, like that, not the question. So some another clear questions is Bohr's model could or Bohr's model could explain all the atomic spectra like this, or for how many atoms Bohr's model is valid. So like the different questions you have to frame. Simply what is that, because every time when we are correcting, we are informing that one, but next time again you are repeating. So remember here, your teachers are correcting your paper. After distribution, you are coming to us and again you are getting the mark. But in public examination, that chance is not there. You are writing, some teacher is correcting that paper, you know only the mark, you are not seeing the paper again to go and ask. So from our side, our answer must be very clear, our presentation must be very clear. So not your teachers, always remember, your teachers will always think to give you mark, how to increase your mark, never to cut the mark. But in public examination, such sentiments may be there, may not be there. So what our part, there shouldn't be any mistake. Let us write the answer very clearly, let us write the answer very correctly, and whatever required things, then definitely we will get the full mark. So answering, so that question is, because I am seeing on the paper, that is what I am saying. Whenever you are asking the question, evaporation question, what is evaporation? So what is evaporation, you know, then only you can frame some question about evaporation. Or what is Bohr's model, you know, then only you can frame some question about Bohr's model. So like that, framing question should be very, very related to the topic. Not any 2 questions. That is question number 9, 10, 11. 2-mark questions. They are short answers question. Short answer question will come in. Even sometimes very short answer question will come. Sometimes short answer 1 or 2 may come in and give you. That is also, I want to say one more pointer. Generally, where you are getting the, suppose question number 12. 10. This is 4-mark section. 11. Question number 11 is 2-mark section. Then I asked you 2 questions. Question part A is there, part B is. Generally, what you are doing is, you are seeing this part A and writing the answer and reading. Maybe forgot, maybe due to tension or something, half part only you are answering. The remaining half part, you are not answering. So in such a case, not to repeat this one, in the same things may happen in 2-mark section, in 4-mark section, in 8-mark section also. 8-mark section, sometimes one question A, B, C, D, like that, 4 parts will be there. Each part 2 mark. Sometimes 2 sections will be there. After coming out of the examination hall, they are realizing, oh, 1 part we left. Many times it will happen, many times. So after completing each question, Question number 11 completed. 11A, B not there. You can keep a circle or you can keep a tick. Then only you go to the next question. It is applicable for all the subject, especially this part A, B, C, D is for NS and PS. PS and NS, so many times we observed question paper will be having one question will be having so many sub parts. Okay, so be careful. Once we saw, check whether A part, B part, like the different parts are there or not. Once you check it, then only you go to the next part. Otherwise, some children will be writing one 11A this side and you forgot the part. So 11B you are writing after sometime in the last one. That is also not good method. Suppose by chance you forgot to write this one part, you can cut both and write last 11A and B because one question only one time you have to attempt. You are attempting 11th question 2 times. That is not possible. 11th question only one time you have to attempt. So if you forgot by chance means time problem not there, you can write it last. Now again when we are coming to next section, that is 4-mark section. In 4-mark section, from 4-mark section, we are writing long answers. 4-mark section also, we are writing and we are getting long answers. 4-mark section, one more is there, that is diagram section also included in the 4-mark section. Question number 12 is diagram questions. 12, 13, 14 is 4-mark section. So diagram questions, you have a choice. Up to now, whatever we got the models, in all the models, we have a choice. One question is from physics, one question is from chemistry. Whether they are asking you or not, leave it. Whenever you draw the diagram, first one, the diagram should not be too long and not to be too short. 1/2 page you can select for a diagram. Whether they asked or not, you mark the important parts. It is not there in the question paper. Don't argue. Let us stop argument and everything. Let us try to get a good mark. Let us try to get complete full mark. So what is first one is diagram. Diagram side, because very easy to get when you are comparing with other subject, very easy to score mark in physics. There are no so too lengthy answers are not there. Every answer is one minimum size only that answers, not very lengthy answers are not there. So diagrams are very limited. This year, this present textbook, what you are writing is the diagrams are very limited. So physics diagrams, chemistry diagrams there, all together we have very less than 20 diagrams only all together. Once I say you after this class, what are all the important diagrams? That diagram definitely 4-mark diagram section 1 will come. So practice the diagram. Please don't see the diagram and go. You should take rough paper or you should take your last year class book or whatever it is and practice it 1 time or 2 times. Without practicing by seeing a shape of the orbitals, for example, next there also, whenever the diagram, any particular name is there, shape of the orbitals, you should draw the diagram. You should write what is that orbital, Px or Py or Pz. Next, when we come to d orbitals diagrams also, you should write the names dxy, dyz, dxz, dx2 minus y square, dz square, like that, names. Like that, complete information is whether they ask or not, complete information you write. Then you will get the full mark. Next, use a scale and pencil and everything. Some children very roughly, very carelessly they draw the diagrams. 4 mark easily we are getting that 4 mark. Why should we lose that mark? So the diagram section compulsory. If you study some time diagrams, the remaining in diagram section choices are there. In diagram section choice there. If you study this diagram, definitely you will get 4 marks. So diagram section take utmost care. Diagram section, if they ask or not, you need not to ask to the invigilator also whether we need to write the parts, because invigilator may not be physics subject, may not be science subject. Maybe English teacher is coming. How can English teacher answer your question? So that is what now only before you are going to the examination, we are reading all the instructions. And just listen this one, whether they asked or not, mark the parts. Clearly mark the parts with pencils only. Draw the diagram, mark the part. You will get the full mark. So for that use scale, pencil, eraser, whatever you require. and go. So no need to confuse whether parts required or not. It won't take much time, 1 minute only to type, mark the parts. So 4 mark the section. Another question is also diagram science diagram is wherever you can give the support of diagram, you can draw the diagram. That is also whenever we are giving the cycle test time also students will ask, so diagram is required or not. Wherever diagram is there, you can answer your question with the support of a neat diagram. No problem. If you draw diagram, that is not a mistake. That is not a waste of time. Your answer wrong also diagram is correct. You will get some mark whether they asked or not. But for certain answers, diagram is compulsory. Certain questions when you are explaining, for example, chemical bonding, the chemical bonding chapter, we already said you formation of nitrogen and oxygen, beryllium chloride and boron trifluoride, these 4 molecules. Diagram compulsory. If the diagram is not given in your material, of course, our material diagram is given. If at all you are thinking the diagram is not required, they will not ask you to explain the formation of nitrogen by valence bond theory. Like that only question will come, or explain the formation of BF3 on the basis of hybridization. Like that only question will come. So diagram is required or not? Diagram is required. For diagram, every year we are seeing the principle of valuation. 4 mark section diagram will be given 1 mark. So if without a diagram, you get only 3 marks. So diagram is compulsory, especially questions from chemical bonding and all. Diagram is compulsory. So that is diagram section, and 4 mark sections we completed. Sometimes the next when we come to 8 mark section, 8 mark sections are 15, question number 15, 16, and 17 is these questions. 15 questions will be from physics. Choice also will be from physics. 16 questions will be from chemistry. Choice also will be from chemistry lesson. 17th question is one is from physical science, maybe physics, and one is from chemistry. That is generally they are giving you like this. So here one problem is there when you are reading this question. First, don't go to choice and first we will write sufficient number of questions. After that, we will check the time. Then we will totally 78 marks questions are there in your question paper. Total mark required is 50. With the choice of 78 marks are there. Totally 78 marks question. If time is sufficient, you answer for the 78 mark also. If time is sufficient. So first 17th question is having one F marker or it will be having B marker. Suppose like this A and B. Don't read both at a time. Then time may not be sufficient. 17th question we want only one answer, A or B. Read both the questions. You read the A, read B. What is more perfect? Perfection, more perfection we want. What is more correctly? Very clearly, you know, without any doubt, you know, that answer. So actually both, if you write both, they will correct. Which question gets more mark, that mark will be allotted. That is not our aim. Our aim is the highest mark. That means this question we need 8 mark. That is our aim. So in 8 mark questions, we want 8 mark. So which question you know very, very perfectly, very, very correctly, that question we will write first. 15 the same, 16 the same, 17 also same. After writing everything, all the questions completed, 1 to 17 questions completed. Once we will recheck all that one, diagrams there, we did not leave any question. Don't leave any question. Suppose wow, whatever you thought, whatever you are thinking, your answer is not coming. One question. Leave some space and go to next one and again finally combine. How much you tried also the answer is not coming also. At least some related answer you must write there. Some related answer or something what you remember about the chapter. So orbitals or orbit, whatever it is related to, then some answer you must write in that one. Don't leave it completely. Don't leave any question without even options question also. You do not know one answer completely. Completely you forgot or whatever it is, no problem. Write some answer there. 1 to 17 questions also must be answered in a neat. Then only you can get that completed mark. So these are the general instructions what. So what generally students. Okay. Generally what students are asking general questions, sir. That doubt I am explaining to you how to write this paper. Write the questions so many times, sir. Now once let us come to this question paper. Once I gave you important diagrams. What are the important diagrams in chemistry? Chapter wise when we come to first some diagrams. Just a second. Most chemistry I am discussing most important diagram, and I hope this time most probably we get diagrams from metallurgy. Metallurgy lesson only diagrams possibility is very high. In that reverberatory furnace diagram is there. Next, magnetic separation diagram is there. Frog flotation, if you want, you can note down these three diagrams in diagram. Blast furnace is also there. Blast furnace is not so important, but just once to see the blast furnace diagram. Blast furnace diagram, but reverberatory diagram is very, very important diagram. Reverberatory furnace and magnetic separation. Magnetic separation, both are important. Answer is important. What is magnetic separation? Write a short note about magnetic separation. If you have any pen or pencil with you, just you can make a note on it. Important question, sir. That magnetic separation is there, and as cross flotation is there. Cross flotation also diagram is important. At the same time, marker is also important. What is cross flotation is important. Write a short note about cross flotation is also important. That is that chapter very important diagram, sir. Next important diagram will come from atomic structure. Atomic structure, SPD orbitals. And we got another diagram from that pre-public examination. N plus L, increasing value of N plus L values, that is smallest diagram. The orbitals increasing energy level, that diagram is very important. So this the SPD orbitals, smallest diagram is important from atomic structure. When we come to chemical bonding, electron dot structure. Electron dot structure, they can ask you in 1 mark section, just like electron dot structure of hydrogen or helium or whatever it is. In 2 mark structure, 2 mark section, electron dot structure, formation of molecular, like electron dot structure of water, like that they can ask you in 2 mark section. Diagram, that's not a diagram section, just like a question they can ask you. Next, in chemical bonding, I already said you some important questions like formation of nitrogen. Only diagram they can ask you. Once only diagram they ask you, draw a neat diagram showing the formation of nitrogen molecule by. So that 4 questions is be thorough with you. Completely in that one question, in any way, maybe diagram alone or diagram along with the answer. That is formation of nitrogen, formation of oxygen, valence bond theory, formation of beryllium chloride, formation of BF3 by hybridization. Generally, these questions are coming. Next, ionic bond, covalent bond differences, compounds. So there also diagram section is there. Next, their structure of molecules. Structure of molecules in 2 mark section and 4 mark section. Structure of molecules they can ask. That also you can see. So always first you give preference to the questions whatever we asked you or questions whatever repeated in different examinations. Don't stop there. After that again you have to study some more extra questions. So this is only for what we are saying is very, very important questions. First preferences that already completed. So remaining questions like now we are discussing about diagrams. Diagrams it came to chemical bonding chapter. Chemical bonding, structure of molecules again important. Then we can't say that is in diagram section, it will come 1 mark section. They can ask draw the structure of water molecule or draw the structure of NH3. So like the structure of molecules, again important. Just we can note down there like structure of molecule. Structure of molecule is very important. And next, formation of molecule, structure of molecule, hybridization. In that chemical bonding, they are the most important one. So for that, you must next one important one is their atomic number, valency, valence electrons, in which group and which period they belong. All these points based on that one table questions. Based on table. So the table questions very easy. 8 questions each, 1 mark you will get. If that question comes, it is very easy. Because no need to don't leave such type of questions. If you write one complete essay, you may get mark, you may get some mistakes in that, and half mark they may cut. I'm not discouraging you. I'm saying a possibility. There may be a possibility, but you are answering a table-based question. In that we are writing only one word, atomic number of magnesium. Something is there. We are from that table. We are writing only top. Completely. So like that 8 1 mark questions will be very easy for you to score 8 mark without any doubt. So for that, what is required is for periodic classification is there, a chemical bonding chapter is there. So atomic structure is there. For this all you should study 1 to 30 elements. 1 to 30 elements enough. Still some children will be having the doubt. So 1 to 30 elements, their atomic number and electronic configuration. Electronic configuration, how to write electronic configuration will come in 1 mark section. So whenever you are writing electronic configuration, 2 elements in the classroom, very so many times we repeatedly we are saying the 2 elements. Now everything we can't explain here. The answer completely we can explain here. So if you do not know, after that open the textbook and see it is atomic number 24 chromium and atomic number 29 copper. Along with these 2 generally they are asking. For example, one element will be another. Try the electronic configuration of sodium and chromium. This one. Or sodium and copper, magnesium and copper. Like this, but these 2 elements separately you have to study. The reason also they may be asking why. That reason also they will be asking. Reasoning questions will be there. So diagram section we completed now. Diagrams not completed. Second chapter. So what are the important diagrams from the topic? Chemical bonding. Chemical bonding is very important chapter to score mark. At the same time, more questions will be coming from chemical bonding. That are the important questions. Next, periodic classification, no diagrams are there. Chapter wise, once we are going periodic classification, atomic structure, once again, I will say you what are the important questions if time is there. Time. So periodic classifications, you will not get any diagrams, sir. Only 1 mark questions, sir. So what are the important 1 mark questions, 2 mark questions? Examples. You get more example questions from Dominus triad examples. Next, other definitions like concept of octaves. Short answer question. Next, very important short answer question is what? Limitation of Mendeleev's periodic law or periodic table. Many times public exam repeated question. Write 1 or 2 or few drawbacks or limitation or demerit, whatever it is, same answer may demerit or drawback or disadvantage, whatever the question answer is same of Mendeleev's periodic table. That is also very important question. Next, construction of modern periodic table. Construction of modern periodic table is one very important question. So in construction of modern periodic table, just you study some points and whatever the question comes from there. For example, what is modern periodic law? What is first, right? Modern periodic table is based on modern periodic law. Let's try to work. So many questions you can answer if you study some points from that. That is important to have certain questions. You can, so many question answer will be there in that points. So many questions they may frame from that one. Everything answer is same. Some 10 to 15 points if you study, That is addition. Who proposed? What is the modern periodic law? Who proposed it? Next, how many periods are there? How many groups are there? How many elements are there in each period? So 1 to 7, how many elements are there? So like that. Next, SPDF blocks. Each block separation like that. Next, one more thing is there. Whenever you are getting, for example, modern periodic law, or Mosley's periodic law and Mendeley's periodic law. Whenever you study one, the other one also, once compare and study. Mendeley's periodic table is based on atomic weight. Mendeley's periodic table is based on atomic weight. Mosley's periodic table is based on, or modern periodic table is based on atomic number or electronic configuration. Question there, first option atomic number, option 2 electronic configuration, option 3 both 1 and 2. So like this, some points you have to study. So your answer is option 1 and 2 electronic configuration. So electronic configuration means there is nothing but electronic configuration depends upon atomic number. So atomic number and electronic configuration. So modern that one is so construction of modern periodic table including SPDF block elements. So there they may ask you the question, write a short note about S and B block elements. Write a short note about representative elements. This all you can complete in one answer. If you study one answer, from that one answer, you are getting so many questions. So whenever you are reading these questions, all these points, you memorize it in a proper way. First I said you easy. What is modern periodic law? Who proposed it? Next, number of elements in each period, or how many groups are there, how many periods and groups are there. Number of elements in a number of each, this one next, SPDF block elements. One short note, completed there. Next, you should by hand all the names of inert gases with their symbols you have to by hand. So that is periodic classification. So now chemical bonding already I said you all the important questions, sir. These questions, they did 4 or 5 points. If we explain, we can say their electron bond structure will come. Ionic bond formation. Ionic bond formation. Take one example or 1 or 2 examples. Generally, NSDL one example will be there. That one ionic bond formation, properties of ionic compounds. Next, covalent bond formation, properties, hybridization. One question from any one area, surely you will get. Next, last time pre-public examination, we gave you one new question. Valence shell electron pair repulsion theory. The performance of the students was not up to the mark only in that question. Because in other cases, the question we never asked you like that. There is a problem when you leave any part of the textbook. Definitely, there is a possibility to get one question from that side. So don't leave any part. If you are aiming, no, we are aiming 50 marks. So every part, every question, one time at least we have to read what we said, even unimportant. Some questions we know that will not come. That is unimportant also. Read one time before you go. We never left any question like that. But some questions, very, very less chances only, not unimportant, very less chances to come in the public exam, or which never repeated, never asked in the public exam also. One time read. So if you read one time, but you have some idea, you can write it. So like that, periodic classification completed. Again, when we come to metallurgy chapter also important. So many 1 mark questions are there in that chapter. What is an ore? What is mineral? There again, that topic comes. You should by heart the names of ores. In textbook it is given, our material also it is given, into table it is given. The table, name of ore, and what is the nature of the ore. Now only one model paper I checked. In that model paper the question is there, what is the oxide ore? What is the sulfide ore? What is the carbonate ore? So like that question comes up. In this question it is already given the ore and they ask you what is the oxide ore. It is very easy to find out. Sometimes formula they will not give you. They will ask you only what a magnetite or magnesite, Epsom salt. So without knowing the formula, you cannot understand what is the metal present in that. That is also they will ask you what are the metals present in carnallite. What are the metals present in horn silver. So that all 20 or 18 are given in the textbook. Only 18 minerals are given. 18 ores are given. That 18 ores you have to by heart. 18 ores. What is their nature? Ores and formula. If you by heart, remaining answer will come automatically. That is from next. What is roasting? What is calcination? What is melting? What is gangue, slag, and flux? So 1 mark questions. All these questions are very important. So if you go like this, you can see the questions are very limited. In every chapter, if you study some important points very clearly, so many answers you can answer from that. One calcination, roasting and smelting, gangue, flux and slag. That when next important question is thermite process. What is thermite process? What are the applications of thermite process? Also an important question. Then again we come to this one, there is another important question. Prove that oxygen and water is essential for rusting. Corrosion. What is corrosion? Important question. What are the methods to avoid corrosion, or what are the precautions you can take? In 1 mark section also they can ask you write any one method to prevent corrosion. So when one method, I think that is public, this pre-public examination question. Some children are writing that is oiling, greasing. Of course, oiling, greasing and all are there. They are very temporary method to prevent corrosion. That is not a permanent method to prevent corrosion. So you write better electroplating is there, galvanization is there, alloying is there. So when such good methods are there, why you go for? And some another answer also I got it. I don't remember that one. It's not all the children. Maximum they are writing the perfect answer. Even 1 or 2 students also very important for us. For them also we are saying you whenever they are asking you example. Whenever they are asking you, you write perfect example. Don't write confused example. Don't write when this is a perfect example when you have this doubt. Don't write such example. Write or make a perfect example so that the evaluator will not get any doubt. Some example, our knowledge and this all will not be there. They will get the answer maximum. Try to write from the answer given in the or example given in the textbook. Because when we write some example, there may be an error. Whether when the evaluator may think that answer or for a moment, that answer may not strike in his mind because they will get the principles of valuation. In that the examples are given from the textbook. Textbook examples will be given. So you studied some other examples. So always you try to write the examples what is given in the textbook. It's not compulsory that, or it's not saying don't write other example, but first preference give to the example given in the textbook. By an error, if they cut your mark, or by overlooking if they cut your mark, we are the users. That is what we are saying. So all maximum you write from the textbook. Now diagrams which I already explained, I explained to you the diagrams. And last chapter, when we come to chemistry, last chapter, that is chemistry of carbon compound. Chemistry of carbon compound also very important. I think 4 mark questions you may get 1 question from chemistry of carbon compound, esterification, saponification, cleansing action of soap. Next, what is denatured spirit? Maximum questions are possibility only I am saying, when the possibility is to get 4 mark questions from last chapter, even 8 mark question also, these are the important questions, that is differences between saponification and esterification. Next, that what is the cleansing action of soap also, you draw the soap molecule diagram. Try wherever example possible. Draw diagram wherever it is possible or wherever the diagram can support your answer. Okay, so these are the general instructions I want to say you. Next, one more diagram section is there, that is right, acid and base chapter. One more diagram important diagram is there, that is acid water conducts electricity. So there, whatever it is the question, the same diagram will be same, only the solution will be different. Glucose solution will not conduct electricity, also same diagram only. So instead of acid water, we take glucose water. Acidic solution or basic solution place, we will take it glucose water. But whenever the solution is glucose, the bulb is also short, that bulb will not glow. So in case of acid and base, the bulb will be glowing. That is. Okay, I hope almost all the important points I explained to you. So again, once we let us conclude this class, because don't feel that it is wasting of your time. All this question, first of all, after getting the question paper, the question paper only your concentration, not to the surroundings. What is happening around us, this all material for us. Our concentration completely on the question paper. 15 minutes given. Then 15 minutes, read the question very carefully. How many questions are very, especially as I am saying you, last 8 mark sections. All the questions you read, part A, part B. Part A means choice, the internal choice will be there. You feel there is something not difficult, so go to option. After completing 70 questions, again once recheck, we answered all the questions. We answered part A, part B, all the part answered completely we did. Then go to choices. Right choices. Whenever, wherever, so only choices will be there in 12, question number 12, that is diagram. Diagram section choice will be there. You draw the diagram. Question number you keep, 12th question, part B for choice. And 17th question, sorry, 15, 16, 17, 8 mark questions, again choice will be there. That choice also you attempt completely, you can write it without wasting any time. Okay. So wish you all the very best. Write well. I hope everyone will get 50 marks. So there is no time to interact with the students. Okay, children, once more, wish you all the very best.